What's going on, people? Blessing to your family. The Arsenal champion is in the house. And sorry again, people, the audio is probably not the best. But I said that I had to come on and talk to the people because if you realize I didn't do a reaction to the Como versus Arsenal match or Arsenal versus Como because we were playing at home, right? And I did not get to attend that match like I planned. As you know, I would have gone to the Dortmund match, and we lost that game 3-2, right? And the plan was to go to the Como match, but other obligations prevented me from going to the match, which I was fuming about, people. But even though I didn't attend the match, I watched the match. You know that we don't miss any Arsenal game. Any Arsenal game. It's very, very rare, and the circumstances has to be out of the ordinary for us to miss an Arsenal game. So I still watched the match. But before we jump into the match, I want to thank you for all of your support, all of the comments that you've been giving me. I really, really appreciate it. As you know, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, guys, and we want to get there before the season starts, right? That is our goal, and we are on road to doing that. So please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed just yet, and like the video. So let's use 2 seconds and do that. 1, 2, love to you for doing that. Okay, so let's jump into the match. The first thing that I noticed is that the intensity is much better than all of the other preseason games. So it's telling me that there is a progression happening, even in the score. Because remember, the first game in preseason, we won that game, right? But that game, it could it is, and this is how I think preseason games should be set up. You play a team that is not as good first, and then it keeps on increasing. And the results prove that that is the case, that each stage that we go, we keep getting better and better, right? So we won the first game, boys are just coming back, getting things going, and then we lost the other one, then we lost again, and then we drew this game. But this game, the Como game, the intensity right off the bat, you could see that there is work being put in, right? Intensity was much better. Loved what I saw. We have some issues with some players. And as I said before, this is the time that we call out players. As fans, we don't have a lot of impact on who stay or leave the club, or do we? or do we? But I am not someone who is afraid to call out players, right? Because I think when you play well, you deserve to be elevated, and when you don't play well, you have to get called out, right? So again, I didn't like that I saw Kepa in goal. I just don't think Kepa is at the Arsenal level, and I've said that many times. I saw David Raya, and immediately, as soon as David Raya touched that pitch, the level of keeping was just on a different level. He was just so commanding. He was so assured. I never felt nervous once. Every ball he dealt with, you know what I mean? So it just proves that for us to get to where we want to get to, I think we have the keeper. I think Melia is a better keeper than Raya. So Raya should be the third choice. Melia should be second choice, in my opinion. I won't spend too long on that. I'm saying this to say Raya looked much more assured in goal. As we know, Raya is one of the best keepers in the world. No, anybody think otherwise, it's just hate. So let's just get that out there. So I love what I saw from Raya in goal. Raya looked like he never left. He just picked up where he left off, and he was just keeping like the David Raya that we know is an elite keeper. His footwork, his handling in the penalties, as you know, after these friendly games, we have penalty shootouts. We actually won that penalty shootout. David Raya, I think, saved 2 goals. You know what I mean? But David Raya just looked as sharp as ever. It wouldn't be fair for me to do an analysis of the game without calling out one of the young players that I think was an absolute standout for us, and that was Marley Salmon. Marley Salmon looks an absolute top player at 16 years old. It is crazy to think that that is the case. And now that I am in the UK, I understand why, because I brought my son to some to, to a tournament over here. My son is just 5, and he's playing against little kids that are 7 year old, a little bit older than him, and I do that for a reason. But these kids, I watched a team of 7 year old play in England, and I could not believe what I was seeing. It is so the gap is so wide with this age group in the UK versus the United States that it is alarming. And United States need to catch up on their football, right? They need to catch up on their football or soccer for the US person watching, right? Because we are so far behind in terms of that. And they absolutely smashed our team, and it was like nothing for them. It's like we do this every day, even though our team is newly formed. They were playing together for like the second time, but the kids here, they are just on a different level in terms of their understanding of the game, their movement. Nothing is done in terms of hoping, just launching the ball and hoping. Everything is calculated. All the movement is done purposefully, and done in order to achieve a particular goal and a particular target. They move as a unit, and it was just amazing to see. So shout out the UK program, the UK football program. It is absolutely amazing. So, and I'm fully, taking everything in. And my intention is to do some implementation when I get back home, but I won't talk too much about that. But Marley Salmon, just want to shout him out. I said that to say that it's no surprise that the youngsters in the UK, and in this case Arsenal Academy, are so good at what they do at only age 16. That guy is going to be a world beater. I wouldn't be surprised if he turns out, and I don't want to put any pressure on him, but if he turns out to be a player as good as Saliba, I wouldn't be surprised. He looks like he can even play midfield. That's how much his understanding of the game look top level. So shout out to Marley Salmon. Absolutely love him. Solis, every game that he plays, he looks sharper and sharper and sharper. And watching him in person and on the television, he actually looks sharper on the TV than in person. You know what I mean? And if you're a match goer, understand that when you watch the game, it's a different experience, watching it in person versus when you watch it on your TV. You know what I mean? But Solis look like he's a great acquisition, and he imposed himself once again. So shout out to Solis, shout out to the recruitment of Solis, because that was a recruitment under the radar, and I absolutely loved it. So all in all, it was a good match from us. We look much more sharper. People like Lewis Kelly imposed himself. He scored the only goal. And I hear talks of this guy getting transferred, and Arsenal will be crazy if they sell Lewis Kelly for any amount of money. I think the starting bid for Lewis Kelly should start at 150 million in this crazy market, and I say that with a straight face because I think he's that good, and I think he can become that good. And I use that exorbitant figure because I just don't want this player to leave Arsenal. I don't think that Arsenal should even think about selling this player. He is a really good player, and I'm talking about a midfielder. I don't think he should ever play in the left back position again. That's how good he is in midfield. So shout out Lewis Kelly. And I saw something that he did after he scored his goal. He made a hand gesture, and right away alarm bells start going off in my mind, because usually you can tell when a player is going to leave. Sometimes it is very evident, and that sign that he made, it was something. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was I'm a born Arsenal player and I will remain that way. I don't know if that is what he was indicating, or I love you guys and this might be the last time that I see you. Hopefully that is not the case, and he was just saying, listen, no matter the noise that you hear, I'm an Arsenal player and I will always be an Arsenal player. At least I won't be leaving this club anytime soon, because Lewis Kelly is a great player for us, and I think he can get even better. I think he will get better. So Arsenal should not think about selling him. All in all, it was a good game. Good game from the boys. Look sharp. Now the Community Shield is coming up. Community Shield is against Manchester City. That is not a friendly, because they are not our friends. There's a little rivalry starting to grow between Manchester City and Arsenal, and I want to win that game come the weekend. So hopefully that is the case. We have more of our players back now. Bruno got some minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not start in that game. But knowing Arteta, I also wouldn't be surprised if he does start the game. You know what I mean? So hopefully we get more of our players back. Eze also had some minutes, more of the senior players, and we can put up a good fight and win that community shield on the weekend. But I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Let me know what you think. Jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the video. Remember, guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please, please, please subscribe to the channel. Help me with the algorithm. Leave a like on the video. Jump in the comment section if you have something to say. And let's do this. Thank you so much. Blessing to you, your family. And I will speak to you again soon. Peace be with you. I'm out.